Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Big Screen Show. My name is Victor,
I'm Alex.
It's Wyatt.
and we're back finally after some time. I was having medical issues, therefore, we had some delays bringing you guys the content we love to bring you guys. However, nonetheless, we are back ready to give you lots of content. Lots of movies have been coming out, lots of things to talk about, lots of exciting upcoming stuff to talk about, and we are here with one of the more exciting movies, in my opinion, that has come out in this latter part of the year. We're here to talk about Here. Came out November 1st, and so it has been a little minute by the time you're seeing this video from release, but we felt it was definitely worth the conversation. Guys, Here, I want to hear your thoughts. Alex, we'll start with you.
Yeah. Well, we're all glad to be back here in the studio.
Yes, welcome back, brothers. Back. Yes, back
Alex
in the
is
studio.
back.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to when I saw first all the trailers for Here with like Tom Hanks and Robin Wright, and I'm like, okay, Tom Hanks, like I'm already in. Right. But the fact that they made this very unique and creative film here, where it really takes place in just like literally one central location with like this one fixed camera point, that's like sold me for the film itself. And honestly, the movie Here was it was a great film, mostly due to the performance of like Tom Hanks and Robin Wright, as well as the supporting cast. But all in all, what I most liked about it was like the story involving this one central house and like the revolving going back to history from the beginning. Like the beginning of this one location to like different points in history, including like other important events or certain things that we know about today, which will go into spoilers later on. I really like the whole like generational gap between every single important time in each history's decade and stuff, leading up to like the more story-driven impact with Tom Hanks and Robin Wright. Honestly, that's like the most I can really say. I really love most about the movie because it does jump from time to time, some of that, which we'll get into more later, but it was done in a very good, organic way that didn't feel too forced for the story enough pertaining to like the main cast in the film was done really phenomenally well with a very good emotional final send-off, which I think was done really done organically well. So for me, I give the movie like an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Why?
Nice. Solid points all around, Alex. I gave the movie a 9 out of 10. I was stunned with this movie. I was not expecting this going in. I have been out of town for a couple weeks now, and I was on the AMC app and saw Tom Hanks. And I said, hey, let's go check out this movie. I knew nothing about it going in except Tom Hanks. That's all I knew going in. And I was so locked into this movie from the start. I didn't want to get up and go get a drink. I didn't want to go to the concession stand at the AMC because I was so locked in. And scenes were changing. They were going from era to era, different people in the house. And you are just so locked in for this movie. You don't want to look away. You don't want to leave. 9 out of 10 for me. Movie was you don't leave the movie theater feeling inspired. A lot of times I can't think of the last movie that I've left feeling inspired. You leave this movie feeling really inspired about life. To sum it all up, it's about the passage of time. It's a very unique element of the movie. Besides the camera angle, obviously, which everybody is pointing out, the camera not moving the entire time of the movie besides the end, obviously. And it's about the ups and downs of life. It was phenomenal at catching just, how do you say it? Just moments in life that so many people go through, the downs in lives, the ups in lives. Like some of the scenes that I want to talk about, getting into spoilers, like brought me to tears in this movie. I was crying multiple scenes in this movie. Last movie that brought me to tears was What's the title of it? It was about the wrestlers.
I know this one. Oh,
The
The
Iron
Iron-
Claw before.
yeah.
Yes, the Iron Claw. I was crying the whole movie through Iron Claw. And this movie brought the same emotions out for me.
Mm.
Go see this movie. I was so surprised, so stunned with this one. 9 out of 10 for me. What are your thoughts, Vic?
Mhm. No, I fully agree with both of you. It's also a 9 out of 10 for me. It could potentially, actually, I think the one thing that is stopping it from being a 10 for me would be maybe there's just it falls, and it's not a big gap, but it falls a smidge short of giving weight to the characters you're mainly going with, like their like, I guess, weight, because of so much things going on. But I don't think it's necessarily a negative. I just don't think it does it as well as a different situation
I
could
get
have.
I get what you're saying. We
It's
need
like a
an
little,
extended cut. We need a director's cut. We need this movie to be longer. I feel like, you know?
Yeah, you're right. That's actually the reason why I actually gave it 8 out of 10
Mm.
because for that exact reason.
it lacks just that, and it's not a lot, but
No, it's not a lot.
It's a smidge that I feel is substantial enough to notice and acknowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give
And,
us a little more.
Yeah, what?
You know?
More what? Oh,
Just
yeah,
gi-
oh, yeah.
just give us a
Yeah.
little more time. Give us a little more substance
Yes.
with not only
emotional impact.
the what's their last name? Not only the Youngs, but give us some substance with the other characters that have lived in this house because I was so intrigued with the Relaxy Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say
I
all
was
this.
so intrigued by that. I was
spoilers.
I was so intrigued. Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Back to you, Vic. Yeah.
But outside of that, I think it's so good. Like, it's, me, I love when a movie excels on a technical level, and on a technical level, essentially this film is flawless. Like, it has everything I look for in a movie. Like, it has innovation in technique, which it totally does. It's creative. It's artsy. It's also unique, which all that put together, when coming from a point of view of the technical side of filmmaking, is like essentially gold to me. Like, it's fantastic. Like, you
almost need to go watch the movie and focus on the inside of the house, and then watch the movie again and focus on the outside of the house.
Oh yeah, no,
You
I
know?
could watch this movie. Like, I could watch this movie again. Yeah, and yeah, I could watch this movie so many times, um, and just so many unique things done. Like, which I'll actually touch on that stuff in spoiler territory, because that not only is it only one camera angle, but stuff with inside that one angle is being done really artistic and creatively. And then, like you said, the actual main girth of the substance is the notion, or no, not notion, but the imaging of how a human and humans go through life, and of evolution and evolving through time, through personal life, through other people's lives, through family, etc., etc., etc. And I think it's great. It's real. It's real. The movie is real, and that is amazing. So you put all this together, and it's just amazing. Not to mention, you put in a dynamic duo, a historic duo, might I add, a duo that will go down in time as a fantastic duo, because we know and love them, and have brought us one of the greatest films of our time, Forrest Gump. You have Tom Hanks and Robin Wright back together again with the director who directed Forrest Gump, Robert Zemeckis. Yeah, love him. Like, love the work. Like, you're back. The trio is back together, and you give us this, which is amazing. Yeah.
What is the team doing behind this movie? Because I didn't know anything about this. Like, Forrest Gump is a 10.
Love branding.
I didn't know anything about this movie. I didn't know this was coming out. I didn't know Tom Hanks and Robin were back together.
Low branding, low marketing, low.
Yeah, I literally would not have found out about this movie if I wasn't always paying attention to like later movie trailers and stuff like that, or even the ones that go to like direct DVD or in like select theaters, and then it's just not in theater for after a month and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which I honestly hate because this is definitely a movie that really should be marketed.
Must watch.
I'm not quite sure how they could have marketed it, but with Tom Hanks and Robin Wright leading, it's that's your most famous noble actors right there. You can flip the face, you can put on the face a poster.
Bro, yeah. Why isn't this on a commercial? At the very least, why didn't I see a social media post about this movie? I didn't see anything.
Yeah, with the director who directed them in Forrest Gump.
I know.
Anybody in their right mind would automatically, without seeing a trailer, already go watch the movie if you just tell them that already on its own. And then if you actually put out commercials, put out Instagram posts, put out things like this, people will 100% see it. Look, it only has 1,900 reviews on IMDb. That's nothing.
Well, what date did y'all watch it?
Last week.
Yeah,
a week ago. Essentially a week ago.
Yeah. Okay, well, I went. This is
a week after release.
This is Saturday. I went Friday night. I went Friday night to see this movie, and the theater was full.
Well, so, maybe people are
good sign. Maybe people are going to get it. And they're hearing about it, but I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear anything about this movie until I was just bored and looking through the movies on AMC and decided to go see it.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. That's why I felt this video was deserved, even though by the time we get this out to you guys, it's going to be way after the movie has it's the movie's initial original release of weekend release. But I feel like we must put something out there to let people know that this movie is undoubtedly a must-watch. Go watch it. Go to the theaters. It should be supported. It's extremely low-key under the radar right now. Not many people are talking about it. Not many people are going to go see it. Not many people are giving ratings on this, and I feel like it's deserving of such. So, anyways, 899. I mean, that alone means 2 thumbs up from all of us. Go watch it. It's absolutely a must watch. I literally will die on that hill. I can't wait to actually have this in our Vudu account or in physical, because I'm gonna I'll be down to watch this on a yearly level, literally.
I'm gonna go back to the theater and see it again.
Yeah, no, it was great. But let's dissect it some more, talk specifics, nitty gritty stuff. So this is the part of the video where we will begin to talk about spoilers. If you have not seen this movie yet and you do not want it spoiled, please click off the video now. We are warning you, we will spoil this movie. Therefore, click off. Now, if you don't know how things work around here, we try to bring you guys videos at least once a week, sometimes more. So please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to join us on this journey. And if you like videos like this one, the best way to let us know is to hit that thumbs up button down there. So please make sure to do that as well. But now, let's get into spoiler territory. So what I was just talking about is not only is the camera in one place, but then you do really unique and artsy stuff, when they brought that mirror in the living room and it reflected back to the kitchen, and you can see for the first time ever back there. And not only that, but within that frame you cut out another square that showed that same kitchen in a different era. Bro, that's special.
You point out that, but just looking outside the window, everything that's happening, there's some scenes that there's so much going on that you can't even dissect fully what's going on outside the window. But I see cars pulling out, I see people walking by, I see construction going on out there. So many different things are going on outside the window. That's not even the main scene. There's a side tables and the decorations within the houses I'm trying to focus on, but the main scene is going on too. This movie is so just to the detail.
You know what it is? I think what the word for it is? You ready? Watch. Eye candy. Boom. I think that's what it is. It's eye candy.
There's a lot of eye candy in it. There's a lot of unique things, because we're going back in time, except for the one family. So we're going back in time and seeing old trinkets and how people used to decorate their living room and how the couches people used to have, the styles that have
How it
come
evolved.
and gone through the eras, you know?
Even like a lot of events that even took place in there. For one, where in one family, after a wife's husband had passed away, they literally had the funeral in the home.
Yeah. They had the funeral in the home. They had the
Dog,
wet.
that's
That's a
crazy, dog.
that was a common thing back
Back then?
back then. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't
Uh,
know that.
I
yeah.
had no idea.
Like for real, for real?
They would hold funerals in people's homes like that.
What?
What do you
That's
think they would do in rural areas where there was no church, there was no uh
I don't know.
building to have this in, you know? I mean, you have it at your house.
I
Have the
mean,
family come over, you know?
I think the funny thing is though that dude was like I guess you could say he's like a hobbyist aviator and stuff, and he and his wife was talking about like one of these days that plane is gonna kill you.
yeah.
But the thing is, it wasn't even the plane that killed him. The dude died from like an infectious disease.
It was polo, or it was the plague. There we go.
It was something.
He died from the plague. No, that's what it was. It was the plague.
Yeah.
He died from the plague.
Yeah, but that was funny though, because again, even though he died, he still proved his wife wrong. I thought that was funny. Because, like.
He was.
I laughed. I honestly laughed pretty hard that one because like he did die, but not in the way his wife thought. So like, she was wrong.
See, I loved it. I love their characters. I want to see more. I want to see more of them. I want to see more of their dynamic because I'm sure it was hilarious. They could have created some hilarious moments out of that.
You know what's funny? I feel like, say we met throughout the entirety of the movie with different cuts to different times. Say we met around 10 or so families, right?
Okay.
Just throwing a number, random number. Anyways, it's just a placeholder. Let's say it was 10. But we decided to focus on this one, right? Throughout the majority of it, you could remake this movie with any one of those other ones being the one as well, and like look through their time in the house as a whole, like fully.
Man,
you thought about that? That's like crazy.
Yeah, well, really think like imagine if the here would have been like a kind of like a TV show thing. Imagine they could do like episodes to like every single point in history, like the Native Americans to the hobbyist aviator to basically the dude the lazy boy inventor.
Yeah, all that. I agree.
And plus, give us way more time and more greater emotion with Tom Hanks and Robin Wright's characters and their whole ordeal in the family history.
You could run that. You could run that into like 2 seasons, 10 episodes each. I feel like for real. I would be down.
You could also just
go back to these eras, man. I'd love to, man. The era where she was vacuuming in the living room and she was just dancing to the music. Yeah. And she was just vibing out, just getting it in the living room, bro. I'm like, that's what they used to do, bro. I'm like, they didn't have TVs, they didn't have cell phones and shit like that. But the housewives, they turned the radio on, they turned the record player on, and they were fucking grooving out, doing the housework,
Yeah, they were my favorite.
I could see my grandma doing that, like when in her younger days. You feel me? Like.
Yeah, the lazy boy inventor or relaxy boy inventor and his wife or girlfriend, they were like my favorite couple in the movie.
Yeah,
they were like so wild and free and things like that.
Yeah,
but like so supportive, of
each other.
Yeah.
Definitely very supportive.
They definitely had the best relationship.
Yeah,
we'll say that. Yeah,
they just lived like it's like carefree. It's like the hippies of before the hippies. I felt like
because she was wild and free with her body. And
she was definitely
they were loose.
And then there was that time where it was like the hippies' time too. The hippies pulled up for the one time. Yep.
What you talking about?
The ones that came and dug out the necklace from the backyard. Those were hippies.
Oh yeah.
Snap from the society.
Yeah. You got to see like Tom Hanks and Robin Wright's daughter in the film.
Yeah.
She was a hippie.
Yeah, she was a hippie at one point. She was actually more like from the Grease era, but yeah, essentially right after the hippies.
Oh yeah, that was
like the
80s.
greasy
Oh yeah, that was the 80s.
Guys had the leather jacket, but the girls were wearing that it was like that workout gear that had that one piece at the top that's like colorful and like groovy or whatever. Like that,
Yeah,
that and like their daughter was part of that era, and she had the big curly hair with the CD player headphones on and the braces and that was like very quintessential of the time. Like that's probably the Grease era, like what was that, like
80s,
like late 80s, yeah, early 90s, yeah. One thing I wish we saw as well, which again adds to this lack of just a little bit more impact connection, is we never got to see her all grown up. They never brought full grown adult lawyer daughter into the frame. They talked about her, but we never actually visually saw her.
True, because we saw her from her birth to a little girl to a teenager,
high schooler, graduate, and that was it.
Yeah,
and then you just heard from her. Hey, guess what? You know what?
We just know.
That's life. You know?
That is life.
Sure. Yeah. That's life. Yeah. If you move away, you don't see your parents that often, you know?
Yeah.
I live an hour and 15 minutes. I live an hour and 15 minutes away from my parents, and I see them probably once a week, once a month when I'm busy. But like, if I lived a plane ride away, like I'm probably seeing them for Thanksgiving and Christmas, maybe once or twice a year, you know? So like that's real life, and that's what this movie brings you. It makes you feel this real life stuff, you know? Just with we can go in depth about the main story, just like them getting pregnant, having to have a baby, and moving with their parents. You know,
and the fact that they did not get to like really realize their dreams or aspirations that they had when they were growing up and stuff like that too. Because what was the name of Tom Hanks and Robin Wright's characters in the film?
I got you right now. Their names was was Richard and his wife Margaret.
Oh yeah, like Tom. Like, was it Richard?
Richard, yeah.
Yeah, Richard. He had dreams too. He wanted to be like an artist, and Margaret, she wanted to be.
She wanted to see Paris.
Yeah, she wanted
to travel the world.
She wanted to be a lawyer, like that. Something like that. But then after getting pregnant, having to live with like Richard's parents and family and stuff like that, and enter the time where
you're chained down to the system, the status quo. The monotony,
the society system.
The monotony of daily average blue collar human being.
And then years later down the line, when you look back, it's like you didn't accomplish anything you wanted. Which is like Margaret said everywhere, because she always wanted to find her own place, to leave the house, and finally work a better job and things like that and such. But like, she never had the chance to. While Richard, he had the aspiration to be an artist, but he never had the chance to. He became a salesman just to like provide for like his wife and kid and things like that.
Has to give up on his dreams.
Yeah, and they didn't get to do any of that stuff until literally when they were like old, post 2000.
Right, and also divorce, right? Like divorce is real. Like we see them, they have a divorce. Having whatever that dynamic looks like with them being split up, and now their loved one, who is obviously at that age the only one they're going to be attached to because they have a daughter, and having to live like separately because she moved away and now she's living life with her daughter overseas, stuff like this. And he's left to sit there and take care of his dad while he's dying and stuff like this. Like all of this is real life, and that's essentially the point I'm trying to make. And that's so beautiful about this movie. Like, it's life, it's real, it's raw. It's really, like, honestly, I'd argue it's the quintessential film to watch if you want to see how life works as far as progression is concerned. Like, literally. Like, that is the progression of life. Fully, in all contexts, and as raw and real as it could possibly be. Loss, like financial issues, marriage, fun times, birthdays, midlife crises, like...
you see it all. You see it all. They really do a really, really good job of bringing this to us. You see the ups and downs of life. You see, like you were saying, real life instances, and they really bring us in there. They make us feel those emotions. When Rose could barely talk and she was over there saying necklace,
Oh yeah.
I'm like, dang, but you know what? Like, sometimes life happens, and I'm experiencing it with my grandparents. And my grandparents are getting a little older, you know,
That's
and
right.
I can start seeing the age get to them a little bit, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
it might come to find out that they might get old. They might have Alzheimer's or something like that, something similar, a disability like Rose had,
Yep.
and dang, this is real life, man. We're gonna have
Yeah.
to watch our grandparents get like this, and we're gonna have to watch our parents get like this, and we're gonna eventually watch them, and they're gonna pass away, man. And this is life. This is stuff that we as 20-year-olds have not gotten to yet and have not experienced yet, but we are going
Yeah.
to experience
Yeah.
these
Yeah. Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Yeah. And you see, like, even like addiction, because the dad was an alcoholic, like
Yeah,
things
exactly.
like getting fired because he got fired from his job, things like this. And the only thing that you don't actually see in the movie that's a part of life in some people's cases is like criminal activity, like being a criminal, getting arrested, things like this. Like we don't really see that, but other than that, I feel like most, if
There
not,
was the conversation about the police.
Yeah.
remind me.
Yeah, there's a family that takes place in the modern era, a black family, and
Oh,
they're
yes!
kind of sitting with their son.
Yes,
and
of
seeing
course.
seeing their day-to-day life and talking
course.
with them about what to do when you get pulled over
Right.
by a cop and things that as like
Yeah.
a black person in America.
Yep. There's that too. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. Also, that's one of my favorite eras. It was so funny going from like horse-drawn carriages to like a Roomba just moving around the house. Like I thought that was great. Like TV, flat screen, really nice TV up on the wall. Dude's got Jordans on his feet. Like the
Yeah.
modern day. Yeah, that was one of my. But that one is one of the eras we had the least amount of time with. I probably cut there like 2-3 times, but it was definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, it wasn't the most interesting, I will say. That's
No,
the one
no.
that wasn't as good as
And just to
Cocaine
get
Bean.
clarification for myself, did their son die at the end? That was the phone call?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
I
That's
feel
what
like
I got from it.
after that point, they decided to move out and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think so. Mm-hmm.
I think the dad was lacking a little emotion for receiving a call that his son had died.
Well, he
But
was like in a state of shock where it didn't really hit. But then again, after that point, we then just cut away to like a new section, everything like that.
Where they were moving.
Yeah, so it didn't really linger too much.
Yeah. It didn't
cut
get enough.
away. What did y'all think about the cuts? The transitions with the squares and rectangles?
Incredible.
It was really creative, and I think it just felt really seamless.
Yeah. And like I feel it just adds to everything that I'm trying to say about the technical side of the film. It's unique, it's creative, it's artsy, it's perfect, I think. I thought it was great, like how you could have like 2 eras, sometimes even 3 going on at the same time within the same frame, and like it all kind of also like fits into each other at times, and like super unique, super artsy. But I thought it was great. Why, did you not like it?
No, I enjoyed it. I watched a couple of review videos beforehand, and people were really complaining about it. I thought it really brought you into it.
Yeah.
Especially just because the window in the background. So you're just like thinking windows, kind of like throughout this movie, and like going into the movie, I didn't know this movie was going to be shot from one camera angle the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But with the squares, with the transitions, I feel like that you have to find a unique way to transition when you're making this movie from one camera angle. If we're just thinking that way about it, and how they did it really brought us into the movie and kind of made us realize that, hey, dang, this is going to be from one camera angle. We're not going to move from this.
Yeah.
I like the transitions. This movie was so good.
Yeah, yeah. No. People like that. That brings us into the topic you want to touch on. Like people complaining about things like this. There are also the same people who are going out and having conversations with their friends, with their family members, going online, blah blah blah, etc., spewing out that where's where's the ingenuity in Hollywood? Where's the artistic integrity in Hollywood? Where's the newness? Where's the freshness? Where's this? There's that. Everything is copy paste. Everything is sequels. Everything has already been done. Oh, really? But you're complaining when you go watch a movie like here? Nah, bro. Stop.
Yeah, stop it. Yeah,
Exactly. Like you want something inventive, original. Here
Here it is. Yeah.
I look here.
Yeah.
Like,
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah. Literally, like you want something unique, you want something artsy, you want something compelling, and you want something that you have not seen before or even thought of. We give it to you, and you want to complain about that? Like,
Yeah,
be so for real.
Yeah,
I watched 3 review videos. One was positive, one was kind of negative, and another one was really negative. And I just don't get it. Were we watching the same thing? Because I was so locked in to this movie.
Oh yeah. From
Yeah.
the jump. Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. No, it grabs your attention immediately. And that, by the way, is we actually watched the trailer. So already, I actually didn't actually know it'd be one angle the entire movie, but the entire trailer was the same way, like just that one angle. And so in my head, I was like, oh, that's a unique trailer. Like, that's all I thought. But, I thought maybe you go to the movie, it actually moves, whatever. But then quickly, like, you realize, like, oh, no, this is just okay.
There wasn't a lot of down moments,
Not really, yeah.
There was no time to go get popcorn,
Yeah, no, there's no point in time. Sometimes in the span of a movie, whether it's like not necessarily a bad one, but one of those not so great ones, or the awful ones, or the middle of the road ones, or anything that's not perfection, right? You have moments during a movie where you're like, that one specific thing or things happen, and while you're watching the movie, you say to yourself like, yeah, I don't know if I like that. Like, like you acknowledge it to yourself that you're not a fan of said thing.
Yeah.
I didn't have a single moment in this movie where I had that. Like, the entire time, I'm like so locked in and everything. I never had like a negative opinion, a negative thought come into my mind about the film.
No, you're exactly right.
Yeah. I don't know. People, you know what it is? We did watch the same thing, Wyatt. We just didn't process it the same way as those people.
I don't think they really appreciate it, or maybe I don't know, man.
This is how I feel. This is how I feel about Joker Folie à Deux, and that's a completely different conversation that we could have on a completely different topic and episode. But I truly believe nowadays people are really not like we're cinephiles. We love movies. We're movie buffs, so we go to the movies with passion and with love, and we're all this. So that's cool. We're like a certain percentage of the population that cares more than others. So the average Joe, though, is still taking 2+ hours of your time and giving up at least $15 or more of your hard-earned money to go spend time watching a film, any film. Why not care, deeply care, and actually give full, undivided, passionate attention while watching a film? And that's what I think is lacking today. Part of the reason of why you're asking, did we watch the same movie? Because people are so negative on here. But I also feel like a movie like Joker Folie à Deux, people talking about, I walked out 30 minutes in. It was awful. Like, shut up. No, it was not. Like, you stayed and watched the entirety of the Marvels, but you left 30 minutes into Joker for all you do. Like, no, shut the fuck up. Right?
I actually left 47 minutes in.
Shut up. Wait, 47 minutes in, or what?
The Joker, I left.
Wait, you actually?
47 minutes into the movie, we left.
Wait, you're actually serious?
No, I'm playing with you. Yeah.
I was like, I know you did. I was like, no, you did not. I know you did. You didn't go. You haven't watched it yet, right?
I saw it.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a different conversation. For
Yeah.
Anyways, people are not putting full undivided attention with passion at the center of it into watching films, which is why things like this, creative things like here, just go over their heads. That's my take on it. But regardless, it's a problem. And we can have that conversation more in depth because Alex and I have actually been planning to talk about that topic because it's a problem. I think it's a problem.
Oh, it is.
People are complaining, but it's here. It's here. The Iron Claws of the world, the Heroes of the world, the, creative, unique, new stuff. They are here. But people just don't want to actually give it the time. Anyways, I'm going on a tangent.
You ran. You ran over here, man. We got you back up. We got you back on the big screen. You ran.
I'm fired up about it because you're telling me that's your problem with the film is the way it's changing time and sequence with the cutouts and that is it's gold. What are we talking about here? I don't know. Anyways, but you did also say you wanted to talk about it because it's true. Here we are, another unique artistic movie. And also, let's look at it from a financial perspective. I wonder why not more of them get produced and made and released. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody's talking about it. So, potentially it doesn't break even. So then potentially, financially, numerically speaking, it's considered a failure. So then the next time a script like this that's unique and artistic is written and it gets presented to a big corporation, they go, the last one didn't do well, so let's not make this one. And that is negative as well.
You're right. People want guaranteed money. They know they can make guaranteed money on sequels. You know?
Or even just remakes. Like they did the Crow movie, and that movie was awful.
So bad. So bad. Yeah.
Spit in the face of Brandon Lee. He'd be disappointed.
So, and this is, we are actually planning to bring you guys videos where we dissect and talk about this topic a little bit more because I feel like it is also a topic worth talking about, but I just thought I'd mention it because, actually Alex thought we should mention it because it is another case where here we are with a truly unique and a very artistic and individual standalone idea. And we're one of the few people to talk about it. Only 1,000 and some odd ratings on IMDb, and clearly you just heard about it only because you were bored.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything about this. Yeah, and that's kind of on them. They need to get the word out, man.
Anything else though? Going back to the actual film.
Yeah, getting back to the film. We're ranting here. Here should make you appreciate life more. You should leave the movie theater saying go, do, go after your dreams. Don't quit.
Take that trip.
Yeah, don't wait till next year. Don't keep putting stuff off. Go do what you want to do. Go explore. Go do those bucket list things. Knock those dreams off because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And you don't want to be like Rose. You don't want to be like Tom Hanks' character in this movie and get to your 40s, 50s, 60s, end of life saying, oh, I still want to do this. I still want to do these things. Go do that shit.
Yep. Yes. That's right. I fully agree. What about you, Alex? Anything else?
I think Wyatt summed up there perfectly.
Yeah. I think that's a perfect way to put it. I couldn't agree more. It's 100% 2 thumbs up from the whole gang. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you haven't even heard about it, now you know. And if you have seen it, let us know down in the comment section. What do you think? Do you love it and like it as much as us, or do you hate it? Which in that case, I hate you. And if I'm not joking,
Hey.
but it's kind of funny.
If you want to learn something from this movie, use a condom.
Yes.
Bro, that's so funny. Also, I don't know if you know this, but young Robin Wright and young Tom Hanks were actually not CGI, it was AI. I did want to talk about that, and I forgot that.
AI.
Yeah, that's true.
I told you that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But the
AI.
was also made it in an article or something I read too. So
Yeah, the whole thing, yeah, like those cutouts and stuff, like AI, like yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of AI was used in the editing of this film. So,
Huh.
thumbs up for AI. I like it. We're going towards that space, and it's a positive space. It looks way better than CG would if you try to youngify Tom Hanks. So it looks perfect. It looks like perfect and flawless. So it's great. Anyways, going back to the outro, yeah, go watch it. And then come back and let us know what you think, because we really like to engage in people who have seen this movie. We feel like it's not being talked about enough, so we definitely wanted to get this out there for you guys and talk about it. But that is our review for Here. Those are our thoughts on Here. Tom Hanks, Robin Wright back at it in 2024. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. We try to bring you guys videos at least once a week, sometimes more. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this journey by subscribing if you choose to. And also, if you like this video, please make sure to let us know by hitting that thumbs up button on there. We also really appreciate that. But with that being said, this was the Big Screen Show, and we'll see you guys very soon. Peace out.